Yo, 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 King Earner live and direct. I apologize to everybody. I've been very busy and I gotta keep it a stack with y'all. I haven't been too truthful. I've been running her up the sea moss too much. I know I got it by the boatloads. Well, now we gotta say I have it by the boatloads. You see what I'm saying? Had it. In a couple days, I'll be reeing back up. But this is why I haven't been promoting so much Calendar this Christmas because at the end of the day, it's moving too quick. DM me, be Cash App ready if you want a grill zab. Now, I had a Mills that actually call my actual telephone and say to me, Earner, gotta make sure your pockets and all that intact. Earner, I got something for you. I wanna bust a move. I got this. I said, damn, man, I would like to see you, man. Where you at? Pull up on me, man. Pull up on me. He pulls up on me and he tells me more. And I listen to him and I say, I don't want to converse anymore. He said, why? I said, you gotta must be the Dillsummest Mills of a Philzucker to ever think that I don't think that you will lock me up. Out of nowhere, you just want to give me something. Out of nowhere, it's like, Erna, I got it for you. I mean, out of all these people you know, you want to try to convince me that you got something for me to help me and you can't help yourself? Well, I'm going to say, couldn't help yourself a month or two ago? And then all of a sudden you get it in. You want to help King Earner. Well, I'm going to tell you this, you dishonorable prilzics, for all of y'all. So nobody got to come calling. Nobody got to pull up with your whole, wired down vehicles, with your whole conversation talking about the streets. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. You think that I want to be a part of a individual or individuals that are moving around wearing pocketbooks, wearing tights, wearing weave along with their regular hair and walking around bragging and showing off in front of everybody in the world what they got to make their own friends jealous. That's not my goal. My goal is to help rebuild what I once destroyed. And a lot of people gonna say, this guy Erner, man, he was rough around the edges at one time. I cannot believe. Well, guess what? It's just like a lot of people didn't believe Umar radiallahu anhu was actually taking the Shahada, but he did. You see where I'm coming from? So at the end of the day, there is no gimmick here. I have changed. You could talk your ills ass off. You could say, oh man, behind that camera, this bull, he does this, he does that. You don't know me. Because if you did, you would say, he's not even associated with none of you Millsuts to ever do anything. Because I learned a long time ago, none of you Mills of Philzuckers from the Strilzies mean anybody no good but yourself. Because when it always turn around, it's always about you. It's never about the people that you're with or you're around. That's rare when you find an individual that care about everybody he's in business with illegally. Very rare. You're just turning the buck over for that individual, and guess what? If you wasn't turning the buck over for them, they probably would never even speak to you. So I'm starting to get an understanding that not only was I manipulated, I was used coming up as a young man. I was used. I might have had one OG, that's Heads, man. Big Wiz, he might have said to me, when you gonna chill on this, that, or the third that you're doing after he got out the streets? When you gonna do this or when you gonna do that? And every time he done that, that planted like a little seed in me. You could buy a house. You could be stable. You could take care of all your responsibilities. So those seeds being planted put me in a position where I could be a better man and show example to other better men. Where other men that had the same edges that was so roughed up like mine were, changed their lives also. A lot of us, it was our children. We got understanding, right? We got understanding that when we were younger and we had kids, jail may have not been a care in the world long as we was taking care of everything we needed to take care of. Jail wasn't on our mind. It's like, all right, we do it. We get there, we do it. Now it's like, damn, you're too old to really leave your children behind because guess what? They're going to miss you. But guess what? When you a solid man, you in the mix, you accept that from the time you picked up a drug and start selling it. The time you put the pistol on your hip, you got to moving around and hunting and sharking, whatever you're doing and how you carrying it, you know that you was going to jail. So that never was a thing that was on your mind. But when you get a comfortability, when you know you're not going back to jail, you begin to attach to the things that you didn't get a time that you were supposed to get a time to when you were younger. You begin to want those days be nothing but with your children. You begin to want to sit down with your little cousins and your nephews and your grandkids or whatever the case may be and say, look, don't go this direction. I done that. Look, I'm going to put you down with something and I'm going to make sure you catch an honorable earn. We're going to start off very young and early. The same way some of you dishonorable dilzik suckers pour your children in the streets. We get understanding. When we get understanding, we begin to lead better. When we begin to lead better, we become better bosses. You see? At the end of the day, you've been tricked by thinking that the working man was a sucker. Dame Dash is a prominent individual that made everybody that was from the street culture feel like, man, I'm going all the way entrepreneur. But then when that shit got tough, it's like, damn, I got to get me a gig real quick to make ends meet. Always keep your check, your 9 to 5. Always keep that check. If you don't keep that check, what ends up happening is you put yourself in a bad, horrible position because at the end of the day, you know what ends up going on? When your entrepreneurship fails, right? When your job, because not every job is the successful in the beginning or at the end or at the middle. So if it fails, where do you have money to fund your business? If you get a 9 to 5, you got that. It's not about getting money from everybody else to fund what you trying to do. I know me, when I'm trying to do something now that I'm mature and older, I don't want to borrow it from nobody else. I want to make sure I get it and lay down the groundwork myself and carry the honor correctly. But so many of us was taught that we need over help. You need that help, that extra help. Then you wind up doing other things with the help and you wind up crashing all the way anyway. The project or whatever business you got going on, flip-nops. Guess what? It's better than throwing a brick at the penitentiary. It's way better than that. It's way better than running around with these silzuckers thinking you're about to get some bread when the people already came in and the head bizos is ready to lock you to filzuck up. I mean, God damn it, man. They got so many big names, I could say 1 million of them. But it's coffee and never tea. I don't got to say names anymore. The game is already understood and the people is already understood. And the felon and the gelling is already understood also. So King Earner don't got to preach to you about Blow Joe Idaho, his name, and how much he a rat. Why I got to do that anymore? Haven't you got 1,000 videos from King Earner explaining who these kittens is? Okay then, well let's start giving them the coffee then, and no tea. Let's start giving them understanding of the direction, the walking, the talking, the honor, the responsibilities, everything they supposed to be doing, the stability that they supposed to do without mentioning the soul. We talking coffee and never tea. King Earner has built a platform for you to have understanding that you shouldn't step back in the streets from Joe Blow to Idaho. I have mentioned every RILZAT that I can think of. And guess what? I only come up with the results of you silzuckers getting in bed with them and dealing with them behind closed doors. You see, I learned you prilziks. Damn, he don't like his. He don't like Earner. Let me see if I can get under that guy, man. I know he a Riz, but shit, if I could get in real quick and do a little 1-2 and bust my move, even run off on him. If I could do that, I'm good. Boom, indicted. All because you wanted to be a dilzik sucker, huh? All because you thought you was getting with my enemy. But guess what? When it come down to the streets, everybody's an enemy. Even your closest friends, you dumb filzucks. Haven't you seen the movies of the killzunts killing each other? And I'm sure you've seen the news where you got clarity. Now you're just working in stupidity. Now you're just walking around being a simple dimple. And guess what? It deserves a Smills Act. But more than anything, if you're a part of the streets and you know it's a million RILZATS out there and you're still indulging, you deserve a Nils Act to the Nils Act. Because at the end of the day, you're the poison. Because guess what? That RILZAT is going to plant a seed in you. He's going to make you attached to everything because he don't care about the mills, honey. The government, they're giving it to him, and they don't run out of time or money. You hear me? So being as though there is, now you attached. Now shorty got you all stressed out. You're the prize. She ain't got nothing going on. But guess what? Every time she uses you against you, you got to have understanding to know what I mean by that. She uses who you are actually against you. And every time you fall for it. You this, you that, you don't got enough time for me. Yeah, because I'm making the money that you spend all the time. Oh, you ain't do this, that, and the third for me. Blah, so-and-so done it. Here it is, you feel like a victim. Now every time you turn around, you're going out your way to give. Then you done gave so much, your ills ass then got locked up, and now you're upset because you like, I invested too much in her. Never mind your co-defendants, huh? You dishonorable dills sucker. I done invested so much time in. I gave her 100 here. I gave her 50 there. I gave her 20 there. Bought her this bag there. I never even bought none of these things for my own mother. I gotta get out. And you killzuts get the calling home on that phone, on that Blilzock, telling on everything moving. Your celly, your old friends. You're thinking of cold cases that ants done in 1854. Or ant. You RILZATS don't give a Philzuck. So when you think that you're trying to trick King EARNER, it won't work because I don't even care to entertain the indulgement in anything that got to do with street crime or activity. But I'm going to tell you, it's somebody that just probably came home today or tomorrow. And guess what? He like, damn, this shit ain't like it's supposed to be. And everybody is offering you everything in the world that is negative. Watch out for that. Because if they offer you something negative, they don't got nothing positive in store for you in your future, and they're counting you out without them even knowing it. They think the drugs they're giving you is good for you to go ahead and make some money. You think it is too until you get cuffed and stuff, and your family looking at you crazy, and you didn't miss 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 graduations. Get an understanding. Get a mindset. Your own mindset. Start thinking for yourself and stop thinking for everybody else. And make sure you hit King EARNER for that honorable Condor's Christmas because that's the start of it. Replenishing those cells. Got cells throughout your whole body. Those brain cells, they count because they make sure everything function. I don't care how it go, where it go. Whatever the case, your brain is in control. And guess what? The last thing to take it, the last thing of everything, even when your brills ain't can gizzo, is your heart. You gotta have that, but make sure you're using it something that count, not something that don't count. Because guess what? Using it to protect your friends in the streets and all that negativity, that's a cool thing when you're involved in the streets, right? But your goal should be protecting your family and the friends that you know that love you. You should be excluding yourself from the streets. But if you get caught up in it in the mix, before you can get out of it, take yours all of the way. Don't get the, hey, Jeffrey, come on out, we're caught. Don't do that. Nez, don't do that. Go ahead and take yours, lay down, come home, rebuild what you once destroyed and be a better man. King EARNER live and direct. That's understanding. Coffee and never tea. Make sure y'all tune all in because I got a platform. You're not going to really be seeing me too much. I got Patreon going on, right? But I want to make sure when I jump on there, I want to make sure that y'all paying for something that's worth it. So it's going to be content there that you guys can say, all right, man, $5.99 a month. I'm going to make sure 100,000 people I got following me. That should be an easy thing. And if that's not easy, I shouldn't be here giving the honor. I should just stick to the schools and the outskirts and the private understandings I give to the youngins and the parents that reach out to me. Other than that, I don't got no honor for those who don't honor the understanding and coffee and never tea. King on a life and direct.